I've always been a fan of the original Santa Claus trilogy because they're very fun and charming films that I love to watch around the holidays. So of course, I was very excited when a Disney Plus series was announced, which would continue the story of the original movies. The Santa Clauses was released to Disney Plus around a year ago, and in my opinion, it's a decent follow-up to the original films. The first season follows Scott as he wants to retire from being Santa Claus after a near-death experience. This requires him to find a replacement for Santa, but unfortunately the person he chose to be his replacement wasn't the best choice. So after his replacement plans on ruining Christmas, it's up to Santa to reclaim the North Pole and save Christmas once again. I feel like the story is very familiar as to something you would see in the original movies, and I feel like there's a lot of new, good ideas in this show. The first season, in my opinion, is pretty good. It continues the story in all the ways that you would want it to. There's a lot of really fun ideas and characters, and it's overall well put together. My only problem with the first season, and I guess the overall show, is that it feels like there's two different writers working on it. One of them knew how to do some pretty good jokes, and the other one knew how to do some really cringe ones. One of my favorite jokes is where Mrs. Claus is questioning the elves as to whether or not there were previous Mrs. Clauses, and for some reason all of the elves act hella secretive as if something terrible had happened in their history. Another one of my favorite jokes comes from Santa himself. This is when he's going to retire as Santa Claus and he says, "Y'all didn't seem to mourn the previous Santa that much, so I'm guessing y'all aren't gonna miss me." I also like how they dive deeper into the lore. They talk about previous Santas, they meet up with St. Nicholas himself, and they also add a lot of other stuff to the lore that you just wouldn't expect. Overall, I would say that Season 1 is a very fun and decent follow-up to the original movies, and in my opinion, it's actually better than the third film. If I had to choose one more problem with the show, I would say it's Noel as a character. Noel is this sort of sidekick elf to Santa, and he's not a terrible character, but his Disney Channel acting with some pretty mediocre writing just doesn't mix well. I can see this character getting on people's nerves, but in my opinion, I don't think he ruins the show or anything. And I think he gets a little bit better in Season 2. Speaking of Season 2 is more or less the same stuff. Plenty of good humor, good ideas, fun characters, and overall another well put together season. This season follows Santa as he tries to continue the family business of being Santa while also having to deal with a new villain, Magnus Antis, who was a forgotten evil Santa from the past. Like I said earlier, this season is just as fun as the first, with a lot of fun characters, creative ideas, and overall I definitely think it's good. I don't really want to go deep into these seasons because I don't want to spoil anything, but they are really fun, really decent follow-ups to the original movies, and I definitely don't think you're going to be disappointed with this show. So what do you guys think of the Santa Clauses? Do you like it? Have you seen it? I know a lot of people haven't really seen it. I don't see anybody talking about it. I think I'm one of the only people to actually talk about the second season on YouTube, so I'm not really sure how many people have seen it. But what do you guys think of the Santa Clauses? Be sure to let me know in the comments section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Merry Christmas, guys. God bless, and I'll see you all next time.
When the wind blows, warm yourself up by the fire. Come inside and sip all the slurp you require.